Tana Mongeau has not been holding back recently on social media, and she has been telling it like it is when it comes to certain YouTubers. I recently talked about how fans thought that Emma Chamberlain had exposed what went down with her relationship with Ethan Dolan, and Tana Mongeau has come out to confirm that whole situation, call out the Dolan Twins, call out the boys in MagCon, and all those famous boys at the time. Plus, recently she was talking about an experience that she had interacting with another creator while she was on set of something. So we're gonna get into everything that Tana has had to say recently. Leave it to Tana Mongeau to give us all the insider YouTube tea, because she's out here confirming things and venting about things that people probably don't want her to be talking about, but those online are absolutely eating up every second of this. Now, the Dolan Twins have been offline for a while, but recently they've been getting talked about because someone posted a clip of Emma Chamberlain's podcast episode from back in November, and it just recently went viral. And in this episode, she's talking about her first romantic relationship. And everything was lining up to where everyone pretty much assumed she was talking about Ethan Dolan, since it was pretty highly speculated that the two of them dated back in the Sister Squad era when the Dolan Twins would make videos with her and James Charles. The two never came out to confirm their relationship, but there were plenty of clues that led fans to believing it to be true. And well, now it seemed we were finally finding out what happened between them as Emma was detailing her first romantic relationship. The story went absolutely viral on TikTok as fans could just not believe that they were getting this information all these years later. And I made a video recapping all that Emma had to say, but basically we hear that she was dating this guy when she was 17 for about 9 months, and then they broke up. It was the most heartbroken she ever was because it was her first love, and she got a lot of confidence from this relationship and all that. They ended up staying friends and continued to hook up, but she says he didn't want to be exclusive with her. So she would get hurt because she would find out that he'd been with somebody else, but then they would still continue to hang out and hook up, and eventually he told her that he did want to be exclusive with her. But then he ghosted her and came back to say that he changed his mind, and she talked about how badly this hurt her.
Eventually, he was like, you know what? I'm ready to be exclusive again. I was jumping for joy. Okay, jumping for joy. I was so excited. He said it one night, like casually, randomly to me, and I was like, oh my God, I'm back. He was like, I don't want to date, but I want to be exclusive. I was like, okay, whatever that means. And then he kind of stopped talking to me. Like literally the next day. He just kind of stopped talking to me. I was like, what? We're exclusive. What? We're exclusive again, I thought. What's happening? He's like not responding to my text. He like doesn't want to hang out. I'm like, this is so odd. Like, what's happening? And I was like, it's fine. So I like let it go for a few days. But then I was like, this is weird. Like, what is going on? Something's off. Finally got him on the phone and I was like, what's going on? And he's like, I don't want to be exclusive. I was heartbroken. I was like, why did you say that? You're throwing my emotions around. We go back and forth. I rip him a new one. And I hang up on him. I get so pissed that I hang up on him. And we don't talk again for multiple weeks.
She decided that she needed to just move on from this guy and not speak to him anymore and not let the cycle continue. But the thing is, fans noticed that in 2018, the Dolan Twins shot and shared this music video on their YouTube channel. Christina, who is Ethan's wife now, is in the music video, and everyone is freaking out over the fact that this was possibly maybe this other woman that Ethan entertained while he was stringing along Emma, and the fact that he ended up marrying Christina and dancing to this song at their wedding. It's just wild to a lot of people, and they were saying that they just feel bad for Emma. If this was them, they would never get over it. The fact that this is what happened, and the fact that, you know, the boys directed this music video and Christina is sort of dressed in Emma's aesthetic, and so they feel like, you know, Ethan wanted Christina to play this sort of Emma character, and then he ended up marrying Christina and not being with Emma. So it was just this whole thing that everyone was talking about, and now Tana has come to join the conversation, confirming this Emma and Ethan drama in a new TikTok that she made, where she was saying that she's on the side of TikTok where everyone is talking about the Dolan Twins, and that the Dolan Twins were not these good guys like everyone online thought, and that they were F-boys, and so were the rest of the famous internet boys at the time.
Okay, I am on the Ethan Dolan, Emma Chamberlain side of TikTok right now, and sometimes, genuinely, I forget that like I do this shit, that like I'm theoretically on like the inside, you know what I mean? Like I always just assume things that like I've always known are like public information, and then I'm like, oh wait, I guess the world didn't know that. But like, y'all, did y'all really think that these boys weren't fuck boys, like weren't fucking everything? And I don't even just mean like specifically him, like even just when I got to LA, like all the MadCon boys, like at that time, because if you think about it, it's like they're 17, like a 17-year-old boy riled up, like all of a sudden they're so famous, every girl wants them, they're all just famous for being like hot, you know what I mean? So like imagine the way that goes to your head, and then you can have any girl you want. Like every single one of those boys that y'all thirsted over in that era, including them, were hoeing out. And I really just thought everyone was like on the same page as that. And like, God, I love Emma Chamberlain. Like fumbling that, and then the whole music video and the wife, the new one, it's crazy. But like, just duh. Like I'm just like, hello.
She was full on airing them out, not holding back, and people were shook in the comments, writing, "I thought we all assumed that too, but poor Emma." Tana replied and said, "Queen deserved better." Someone else said, "Forever an Emma stan," and she said, "Me too, die hard." Another said, "Oh my gosh, thinking about all the lore you know from a lot of different people that we'll never know," and she said, "Having to live with it is crazy." Another said, "This is why we need your book immediately." She said, "Endless lore, to be honest." Another said, "I want your insider analysis of every influencer drama." She said, "Ha ha ha, it'd be very messy." This wasn't the only thing Tana spilled on recently, as just before the new year on her podcast, she was talking about a whole other YouTube situation where she was on set for a project that she agreed to do for somebody that she really likes. And everyone is assuming that she is talking about filming Escape the Night for Joey Graceffa. And obviously, she was interacting with a ton of YouTubers while filming this. And a lot of people think that one of the people that she's mentioning here is Rosanna Pansino, because she talks about how somebody told her that they smoked their dead parent, and Rosanna Pansino did a video titled "Smoking My Dead Dad." And with what Tana was saying, it just sounded like this was Escape the Night and that she had interacted with Rosanna.
And a while ago, an old friend of mine hit me up to be a part of this project. Like the person who I did this project with and for, like I love so much. So I feel like even guilty, like associating this like with his name and with his whatever. Yes, I agreed to this project months ago, and it's one of those things where I'm like, the fans will really love it, very nostalgic, like it's for a niche group of people, but like I'm gonna do it and just like be a good friend and whatever. The night before, I get my call time, and it's 9 a.m. downtown Los Angeles. I get there, and then I'm getting styled, I'm getting dressed, kitten heel, whole nine. I have to be like running around in all of this. I'm so uncomfortable. It's like 9:30 in the morning. There's all of these other characters there as well. I don't want to like say all the people. Let's just say I walk into like characters screaming, whatnot. I had a YouTuber come up to me and tell me that they're like at 9:30 in the morning, I'm standing there like fully ready, like in a fucking gown. And I'm having a YouTuber tell me that their parent just passed away and they turned their ashes into marijuana and then they smoked their parent. And again, it's not like negative. I'm still like very happy to be doing this, and like it's very much so for the final product. So I'm like, listen, I might have to suffer today, but like I'm happy, nostalgic. You know what I mean? Like I'm happy I'm doing this.
Now to get into Tana's experience while filming this, okay? She goes on to say that she didn't really have a good time and that the crew was giving creepy, weird vibes, and it just wasn't it.
And I will say, like, the production was budged. Like, there were a million people hired on set and, like, a million things going on, all the departments, all the things. Like, I'm very happy to be a part of it again. But even just being on set, I feel like one in every, like, 30 set days that I have, you walk in and the production company is all men. Again, 90% of the time you'll be on a set with all men, and they're all very just like normal, like younger, they're a vibe, they're respectful, like even just audio guys putting stuff on you, like they're gonna ask you, they're gonna make sure you're comfortable, whatever. These men from this production company just weren't giving that, like, and it was just like very creepy. Like the vibes with every interaction I had with every single person, like just the mic guy, it was like he's not asking me, he's all up in my guts, he's like very weird, like heavy breathing, like complimenting me. Like I do appreciate a compliment, but it's like weird when you're underground in a basement and then men are like, "You look so beautiful today, Tana," and they look like a fucking gremlin, and you're like, my phone's on SOS.
And she says that she had a really creepy interaction with one of the guys in a mask hired to act.
There's hired actors, right? And all of these hired actors are wearing masks, and then they're like, okay, your next scene is that you're going to be chained to the ceiling. What do you mean I'm being chained to the ceiling in a meat freezer in a gown right now at 9 a.m. downtown and this YouTuber just smoked their dead parent? What do you mean? And so then the camera guy walks away and now I'm just in this freezer chained to the ceiling with a man in a horror mask, right? And he starts talking to me and he's like, hey, I'm JJ. It was huge down there as well. So like the nearest people were like 25, 30 feet away, whatever, right? And this man looks at me, I swear to through the mask, I don't know what he looks like. And he looks at me and he says, this is my dream having you chained up.
No.
This is my dream having you chained up.
So I would scream
And
out
then he
loud.
goes,
Hearing that would have actually sent me into a spiral because what do you mean? Like, that is so scary. I guess we'll have to find out like who the heck that she's talking about when this gets released. Not like we're actually going to see his face, but you know, I'm sure we'll see the scene that she's talking about that she had to film. But truly, this was giving Escape the Night, Tana and Gabby Hanna drama all over again or something, with the way that there was so much going on and she honestly did not sound happy about it. Hopefully there wasn't any other drama that went down on the set because this is like Joey's baby making another Escape the Night, but Tana certainly didn't have a dreamy experience. But that is the tea that Tana had to spill recently in the YouTube world, from people from the past to people that she's worked with recently. I certainly want to know what you guys think about all of this in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.